Okay. Anyway, welcome back to the Filterless channel. Yeah, my camera. I've installed a new thing on my phone, on the back of my phone to help me, and now I've had to use some big brain skills to change my phone holder. So yeah, what we are going to talk about is Imola on uh, in the past weekend. It was possibly the first race of the season that I've actually watched. Um, to say the least, it was really interesting. A lot of stuff ups you can see. You can see the different strategies. Seeing the uh, the new car in action. I mean, I've watched some of it over Instagram and YouTube over the past few months, and yeah, I mean, there's new challenges, new generation car, new challenges, and that's gonna just come with the car, I guess. And yeah, this I've been out of the fucking Formula One game for a few seasons now because of number 44 himself. But anyway, um, let's get on to Imola. There's a few clips that I'm going to play in the video, and yeah, just as a reference, one of them I thought was really funny, and yeah, I'm not going to say I'm a hater, but yeah, I just enjoyed seeing that happen. You know, having this being such a one-sided couple seasons in the past, it's nice to see a battle. Um, Let me get into it. Leclerc and Verstappen battle was epic. You can start by saying Ferrari have decimated the season so far, which is good to see. Ferrari have had it tough in the, you know, for the past few seasons, between having a slower car, something having to change chassis, engines, whatever you name it. The list just keeps going on. And then this season, with the new chassis car, the new era car, as you want to call it, with the with the new engine, it's interesting. I think they've come back into dominance, and it's nice to see. Many one twos from them, some 1-3s, and they've just been consistent all season. Whilst Red Bull, they've had fuel pump failures, and they've had overheating issues or whatever it's been, and yeah, they've had it tougher, but now it seems like they've got their vehicle under control, and that's nice to see. All and in between all of that, they've had quite a strong vehicle. Nevertheless, they've had a, a great straight line speed. You can see it when they're racing that they've really developed that car. Same with the red cars, Ferrari. They've Red Bar. The Why do I keep saying Red Bull? Yeah. Red Bull's in the back of my head constantly. Um, yeah, Ferrari. They've been classified the widest car on the road. So yeah, you can see the difference between Mercedes, who I think has been classified as the skinniest car on the road. Now we are going to get into some issues. As per the past, I'm getting tongue tied here. As per the past few races, you can see there has been some complaints about porpoising, or however you want to say it. That's where basically the car in speed or in at speed basically picks up every bump and dent and khana on in the on the track. So it sends the car into what we call aeroplane mode. And yeah, it's caused some health issues. You can see after the past weekend, what's the George Russell, who is Hamilton's teammate, has complained about back issues and everything since having to do that race. Now, in my opinion, it seems like Mercedes have had it the hardest with the porpoising. I don't think they've managed to figure out what the hell's going on. They've gone through a body change already. They've gone and done a bunch of different things. And while you hear from the other teams, they are basically taking off pieces of their livery to get lighter. So yeah, I mean, Red Bull were complaining that they were basically the heaviest car on the track. But look at them. I think the weight has to play a role because when you're looking at their cars, you can see that while they are the heavier car, their porpoising compared to the Mercedes car is like much different. Now, would it be my guess is, could it be that they've made the vehicles maybe lighter, that they're struggling with porpoising, or is it a new suspension setup that they've put into the vehicle, that there's something going on with the rebound or the bump on the coilovers or whatever it is system that they are using, that is creating so much havoc. Looking at the vehicles this season, they are a lot stiffer. You can see that they are built to take on corners much easier. It's nice to see that the vehicles are fairly similar, so there's much better racing, wheel-to-wheel racing. The cars aren't somewhat like... Let me just say, the overtaking has been made much easier. Yeah, I'm not a fan of assists. I like to drive by feel. And yeah, you can see that they've made a lot of things easier for the drivers to be able to overtake at higher speeds, corner at higher speeds, and that's good, especially when you're driving in a car that's going 300 k's an hour plus, and you're doing dangerous tracks like Imola, and there's a few others I can name, like Monaco, which is a tight track, and there's a few other tight tracks, like we're getting onto a brand new track. What is it? Miami, and that'll be actually very interesting to watch because it's a new track, it's a street track, and for me, when you take a fast car like that or any racing vehicle and you take it to the streets, that's where racing initially started, is racing on the streets. If you go look at in the past, Formula One started racing basically like a Le Mans type way. They, you know, it, so street tracks should be more of a thing for me in the future. And you can see, I'm just talking in general here now. While I can say Imola was very interesting, it was a lot of fun to watch. The overtaking was fun. A highlight for me, it won't be Verstappen lapping the crap out of fucking Hamilton. No, it's not that. I think a highlight is, one is seeing Sebastian Vettel, in the top 10 area. Him and Aston Martin have had it fairly difficult, and to see an Aston Martin making some progress is it's nice, because Vettel's had it tough, having come from Ferrari and coming to a team that's also struggling. Another team that I've loved seeing up top again is McLaren. While on the first lap, Ricciardo kind of took himself and Carlos Sainz out. there was some good sportsmanship after, where you can see reports of Ricciardo going to the Ferrari paddock and apologizing, which out of Ricciardo, it's kind of an expected thing. He's, at heart he's a bit of a kid, but when it comes to the more serious things, he's gonna do it straight away. He's an Aussie. I like a lot of the things Aussies do, except for the policing. I'm not gonna get into that though. Yeah. So going on in the future, I'm gonna give my predictions. I can't give a prediction with the championship, but on my excuse me.
She was just saying that her grandmother would like to add that your sister said that he thoroughly enjoyed watching his son lap Hamilton.
Well, considering the rivalry they had last year and the way the season ended, I don't think Joss really likes likes Verstappen. Not Verstappen. Joss doesn't like Hamilton. Although it was really weird to see Hamilton's father go and congratulate Max in front of Joss at the end of last season. But I'm not gonna get into that. Bygones are bygones, and the past is the past. I'm looking in the future.
One more thing. Nico piped up and he said about Mercedes, Hamilton having his terrible race and Toto Wolff crying to him over the intercom. While, so why is George like fifth when they're in the same car?
Yeah, George asked that same question though, is why are they, they have exactly the same vehicle, but why is, Hamilton struggling more? Has he lost his mojo, so to say? Is he slowing down? My big question is, he's got 7 titles. He's won it year after year after year after year. Has he got tired? I asked this in the beginning of the season when he started struggling. Has he got tired? He's complaining of his mental health. Yeah, any driver, racer struggles with mental health per se, because they all are fighting for the title. Some people just, some racers just hard it more than others. But, being so vocal about it when you had such a year last year, yes, we know we get that you're struggling, but it's time to let the new bloods take over. And seeing George Russell in the same vehicle come in the P5 on Sunday just proves Hamilton could be getting older now. Could he be getting tired? You don't know. Or could the drivers be getting tired of seeing such dominance from one person that they've said, they've had enough. I must add, at Imola, for the first time ever, what's his name from, I think it's Alpine, he didn't spin out.
Oh gosh, yes, him.
Yes, I can't think of his name right now.
I can't either.
It's at the tip of my tongue. It's nice seeing him not spin out and causing fucking yellow flags or red flags,
And yeah, Mick was too scared to pass him. But I think there was another issue there with Haas.
No, Mick, he took after that spin out, I think he posted that he struggled with the car to get home. Ricciardo, upon taking Carlos Sainz out, which is the reason why he no marking. Hopefully the phone doesn't give me gears. I'd have to record this video for the 3rd time now. So anyway, where was I? I'm trying to retrace my steps because I ended off in a completely different spot. Okay, so the reason why Ricciardo basically changed to hards for most of the race is he, as well, upon his contact with Carlos Sainz, had some sort of damage, bent something or whatever, and he just couldn't contend with the pack, hence falling back so badly. I think he fell back like 2 laps behind the leader. And yeah, the same issue for Mick. His one rear wheel had contact with Fernando Alonso, and although he did continue the race, he struggled on his end as well. Clearly, something bent or something happened there that yeah, he just didn't like the feel of the vehicle, and after his last race, having had his accident, which is quite severe, I think he just took it easy on the car. He didn't want to break the thing even worse. Which I must add that Haas have had a fairly good season. I am looking forward to them improving. They have improved significantly, especially with Kevin Magnussen being the driver for this, as Mick's partner. That, you know, it's better than seeing a dumbass behind the wheel that constantly spins out. And the driver that I was speaking about not spinning out for the first race of the season is Nicholas Latifi. Told you I'll remember the name. And yeah, um, Alonso did go out because he had a giant gash taken out over the one part of his I can't think what you call it. It's basically a big piece of his car that got fucking taken out and made even worse when he decided that he was continuing on. Blah de blah. Basically pitted like first lap too, and yeah, I am looking forward to Miami for sure. Having been the first race of the first street track of the season. Don't quote me on that. Yeah, and yeah, it's either next weekend. It can't be this weekend, I don't think. But I'm for sure looking forward to it, and yeah, we'll see what happens there. It's a street track, but it does look like it's a fairly open track, I must say. Having looked at what's his name, Checo, having watched him like go around it a bit, it looks quite fun. It looks technical and it's quite open, so it looks like there's many possible chances for good overtakes, etc., etc. And that'll be the Fastlane car signing it off, and hopefully this audio had actually recorded.